Bring our man Eddie Gonzalez in here. Eddie, what's up, baby?
What's going on, fellas? How you living, man?
Man, we all right, man. There's a lot going on,
man.
Good,
boy.
We're gonna get through all the riff-raff right now because number one, I feel like I might have cracked the code a little bit. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Hear what you got to say because you tweeted us saying that. What we talking about today? Obviously, KD possibly on the move. I mean, what's going on, man?
It's a lot going on. I mean, Shams went on.
You got a parka for that Minnesota weather?
Hey, you will not see me. What do they call it? The Twin Cities. You
will
not see me in the Twin Cities, my friends. I will be
Eddie Gonzalez live from the Mall of America.
I will be right where I'm at. Yeah, I mean, Shams reported today. It seems like it's down to a 3-team race. I think what's happening is a lot of teams have evaluated what it's going to cost, if they're willing to pay that cost, if they truly need Kevin on their team. I think when you look at a team like the San Antonio Spurs, sure, they would like to have Kevin, but they had the number 2 overall pick, and they have Victor Wembanyama, and they have 15 years to figure this out. They have to usher in a new coach. They get that godsend of a pick, which is just, what more can you ask for at that point? There's nothing left to be done for them. Why reach and go out your way for that if you don't need to? I think the same applies to the Rockets, who are a team that are still seems to be in the race, but a lot of different conversations about what their interest is or isn't. People don't know if they're willing to sell the farm for that team for KD, if they feel like they're a KD away, if they don't. It seems like if they wanted to have him bad enough, there's plenty of deals that make sense. You throw a couple of your young guys in, you send enough picks, he's yours. But I look at a team like Minnesota, who seems to be really aggressive. I mean, I can say is really aggressive, and that's a team who just played in conference finals 2 years in a row, and feels like they need a little more scoring punch. Feels like they need a running mate for Anthony Edwards. Definitely feels like they're a KD away, and also watch themselves for back-to-back seasons not be able to play Rudy Gobert long minutes in these games. And it's not even because of defense. He's a great defender. It's because he can't catch the ball, can't dunk on smaller guys on the other end. He's become a liability. So I'm not surprised to see a team like that say, yeah, we need him. We need to make that happen, and we got to go. It seems to come down to those two, and I think Miami's a wild card. There's a couple other teams that are hanging out there as well. And, hoping maybe it's a Donovan Mitchell situation where everybody had him going to the Knicks, and then the Cavs come in the last minute and said, we'll take him off your hands. That's fine. But it seems to all intents and purposes he'll be traded here soon, if not this weekend, if not tonight. But before the draft and next week for sure. And, it's just kind of tough because if you're Kevin, and I can say this from conversations we've had and just the way I see it too, we're now talking about 3 jerseys in 3 years, 3.5 years, 3 calendar years for a guy who is still a top 10 player. And if you say I'm biased and want to feel that, that's fine. But he was an all-star. A lot of people thought he should have started as an all-star. He was going to be an all-NBA player this year, probably second team had he played 3 more basketball games. So at the very least, he's an elite player. He's one of the elite upper echelon players in the league, and he's not going to play on his 3rd team in 3.5 seasons. And there's a real possibility that he could then play on a 4th team if he doesn't sign an extension next year. It's just a weird way. I'm not going to say to go out. He has a lot of years left, but it's just a weird twilight of his career right now to be in. And one that he didn't ask to be in. One that, we talked about a ton during the deadline. He didn't ask to be traded. He wanted to finish out his son's contract and reevaluate from there. But the Suns dug their hole in. They've decided there's no rectifying that, and this is the only way to improve their team. If Rudy Gobert and Dante DiVincenzo in a mid-first round pick improves your team more than Kevin Durant, I mean, that's a decision that they're making. But, yeah, that's where things stand right now, and we're all just kind of waiting on the phone and the Shams tweet like everybody else.
I think something there's going to be an unfair part of Kevin Durant's history where you talk about that twilight of his career. I think there's going to be an unfair part of it that's not going to be shared. And that's that Brooklyn team as it was constructed, coming off of that Achilles with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving could have absolutely have won a championship. They got ultra thirsty and chased James Harden, and it destroyed their basketball team. I understand that they were close. I get that. I understand they were a shoe size away. By the way, we need to talk about those shoes that you got last weekend that weren't even available for regular ass people like me. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But that team was constructed beautifully. This Houston thing should have worked, or excuse me, this Phoenix thing should have worked, but they got greedy and went and got Brad Beal. This isn't about Kevin Durant's failures at the end of his career. This is about the organizations that he's played for failing him after acquiring him.
Yeah, look, I'll put all my bias on the table. We know where I stand. But Kevin has tweeted up a storm as he does in the last week. And that was kind of one of the things he was saying. Like, individually, I was fine. But as a team, yeah, we failed each step of the way and in different ways. And it is unfortunate. And if you want to play the blame game and you want to pass the blame wherever, and we can do that all day. We can blame different guys for every situation. They were close. History won't remember them as close in 2021. But, you know, we watched the games. We saw that was probably the best team in that conference. That was probably the best team in the league at that point. You know, James gets injured, Kai gets injured. It just topples from there. They carry it however they can, and then everything falls from there. You can't plan for the pandemic. You can't plan for New York having this mandate, and it comes to eventually literally only apply to one player on one team, and he's the second best player on your team. Like, you can't plan for stuff like that. You can't plan for the things that have happened in Phoenix. You can't plan for 3 coaches in 3 seasons. What do? You can't plan for a 10-game absence after you're 9-2 and just never recovering your season from there. Is there some fault for Kevin? I'm sure. And I'm sure he'd say you put some of that on him. Matter of fact, he has said publicly, it's all my fault. I take all the blame. I need to be better. And if I'm better, then we'll be better. But yeah, I think history, it has a funny way of shaving away the rough edges. Kevin doesn't seem to be a recipient of that just now. He's still playing, but like I always say, you know, we're judging these guys by the dribble. And there's plenty of Kobe games that weren't great on a random Tuesday in Houston, and there's plenty of Mike games that didn't go well on a random Thursday in Vancouver. We don't remember those. We don't remember those at all. But we remember Halliburton scored 6 points a round ago because it was just a week ago. Like, we remember stuff like that. And that's what these guys are up against with, you know, we're constantly talking about it. We're literally, if I get up tomorrow at 3 a.m. and I get on Twitter, somebody will be tweeting me about how bad KD is. Like, that's the world we live in. So it's just a little different. But we got some insight from Kevin this week, and he seems to be comfortable with it all and understanding of it all. And, you know, I would love to see him get one more, make one more deep run, and maybe this next stop is where he does it.
I love that too. You know what I mean? Kevin Durant, he absolutely deserves that opportunity for us to see him in the conference finals, the NBA finals, something like that. Whether it results in a ring or not, who knows? But, you know, having a team that can get him to that spot, I absolutely want to see that one more time for KD. And I say one more time, but you know what I was thinking about earlier, Eddie, is like, he's not really slowing down. What is he, 37 now?
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about LeBron and what he's doing at the age of 40 and defying everything that we've seen in sports. KD, like, right there. Like, I can't envision Kevin Durant like averaging 13 points a game anytime soon. You know what I'm saying? Like, he gonna be around for a little while. And I thought about that with the extension, with the contract extension you might be asking for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, give it to him. He's not slowing down. Like, worst case scenario, he plays with people that are like 1 or 2 players that are better than him, and then he just becomes this deadly third scorer that can score all over. That's worst case scenario. Absolutely, that extension.
It's funny because we have him, Steph, and LeBron at the same time, and they're completely destroying our understanding of what it means to be 35, 37, 38, 40 years old in this league. Like, you shouldn't be in year 22 averaging 25 points a game. That's just not how it goes. I don't care about increased pace and all of that. You shouldn't be top 10 in scoring at Kevin's age. You shouldn't be that level of elite player at Steph's age. They've broken how we see that. Whereas you look, around the league and see a couple other 35-year-old guys. They actually look 35 years old. Russell Westbrook looks his age these days sometimes. Paul George, even before the injuries this year, looked his age, looked every bit of 35 years old. Even Jimmy Butler, who had a great run when he got to Golden State and then fizzled out a little bit in the playoffs, he looked like a 35-year-old player who has his best days are behind him. These guys are just breaking that. They're breaking the mold of what that looks like. And like you said, I don't see it slowing down in a better situation. Ideally, it's even better and more efficient. You know, Kevin likes to joke a lot about he's still sharp. He's as sharp as he's ever been. And I think in some ways, skill-wise, he is. I'd argue with him about who the peak KD is, but he's still out there able to get his game off and do all the same stuff and give you 30 out his sleep every single day. So he can still help a team like that. He's still a good defender. The numbers back that, the eye test back that. I'm not gonna bang the drum here for Kevin all damn day on this show, but point is, he's still an elite player, and yeah, he can still help a team, and he's still worth the money. You know, again, I was telling Kevin this myself yesterday. You know, a lot of noise about if he's going to take an extension, if he'll hold up a deal and not take an extension or whatever. I don't know that there's any truth to any of that. I don't think any of the conversations have gotten that far or interpersonal with him thus far. Point is, if he doesn't, he's headed for another year of just noise. Are you going to sign an extension? Are you going to stay here next year? Are you going to test free agents? And it's just going to surround him wherever he goes. It's 2018 in Oakland yet again. And it's like, it's really smart. We talked about this before with De'Aaron Fox, and it obviously went the way it went. But it is smart for Kevin to wait, then sign an extension, even if it's like a verbal or he doesn't show his hand or whatever. He earns more money. He earns some flexibility. He gets a little leverage in his conversations. But I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I know it's tough to have a guy that good be like a 1-year mercenary at this point. And then the other element to that too is this is an all-time great player. This is a top 10 all-time player. He's not supposed to be a 1-year mercenary. He's not supposed to be a rental at the deadline in February for a team that's hoping to make a push. He's supposed to be a cornerstone of a franchise, and he just hasn't been. Like this, you know, Phoenix has decided they're going with Devin Booker, and Brooklyn decided that they need to move on from the experiment, and that's just kind of where it's at for Kevin. And that's unfortunate. I mean, I guess on a personal level, I know on a rational level, we say he's going to make $54 million this year. He's great. He's fine. But it is a little weird for like the conversation of KD, this top 10 all-time player, to be this 1-year rental for whomever wins the lottery right now.
1-year rental or not, Eddie, there's enough chatter that perhaps nothing's going to happen with Giannis, at least not anything in the foreseeable future. And unless there's something we don't know about, and I can't figure out what it would be, KD is the biggest domino that's going to fall this offseason. And there might even be an argument he's the domino that starts everything else, knocking the rest of them over. This is a terrible way to use that domino analogy, but you know what I mean.
No, I mean, for sure. When the Giannis rumors started to come out, we talked, and it was like, oh, okay, cool, I can chill because that has to go first. Mm-hmm. And then a couple of weeks went by, and then it kind of got louder that, well, if Giannis does anything, it's going to take a while. You know, we're talking August, September, that long. He wants to see what the Bucks are going to do. He wants to see how the league shapes out before he asks for anything. And if you ask me, I think he did some reconnaissance and understood how complicated a Giannis trade will be this summer with the few teams that have cap space. Only the Brooklyn Nets have max cap space. He was really boxed in a way that I don't think it makes sense for him to leave just yet. Point is, we had a week where we're like, cool, handle Giannis. We'll pick this up in June, and then we'll figure out what Kevin's doing. To like, oh, never mind. Kevin's the first domino again, and here we go. Here's all the pressure, and here we are. 2-1 NBA Finals. Been a fun finals. It was a great game tonight. We even said a word about it just now, and we're talking about this, and rightfully so. Like not to slight those teams, not to slight the finals and everything that's going on, but this is huge news. One of the 10 best players in the league is probably going to get traded in the next few days. you got to talk about it. This is what it is. And not only is he going to get traded, he's probably going to get traded to a contender and try to alter the shape of the league. And you know, the Giannis stuff, I don't know. I wasn't convinced from the very beginning because again, Kevin tweeted it himself. Oh, what's it going to take to get Giannis? 3 of your starters, all of your picks, a prayer, like this, that, and that. But it really is. Like in reality, it's going to take you $60 million of good players and probably the next 7-8 years of your draft to get somebody like Giannis. And I seen the video today. Stephen A. Smith says he's an underachiever, and I went and looked at his numbers, and I looked at his accomplishments, looked at some of these highlights, and I'm like, what? For this guy who couldn't get on the court his rookie year, I'm not even a big Giannis fan, but we're talking about a dude who just threw up 32, 11, and 6 like it was nothing. One of the best defensive players in the league. He's been one of the 3 best players in the NBA for a decade now. Like underachieving. Who was overachieving at this point? I need to know.
Right. I disagree with Stephen A. on that one for sure. Just watching basketball, being a basketball observer. If you want, you can do whatever you want. Answer the question however you want. But where would you want to see Kevin Durant go?
My running joke for the longest was the Boston Celtics. Not even a joke. Like thought it would have been a great.
It'd be lit for you if it was in Boston.
It'll be great, right? And then obviously, Game 4 happens in New York, and JT's in great spirits. By the way, JT been putting me on TV shows and music the last couple of weeks, so he's got some free time. He's figuring some stuff out. But I wanted that. I mean, I've been having constant conversations. I love the idea of Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, KD, Julius, Nas. You get Nikhil off the bench. You maybe Conley starting in there. Maybe you go get a center. I love that.
Eddie just pulled a LeBron.
Yeah, I love Shannon coming off the bench, getting better. What I do?
Named everybody but.
Well, you know, like I said the trade earlier. I said the trade earlier. Maybe y'all didn't catch it.
He did. He said Rudy and Dante and a pick.
Pulled a Bron. No Andrew Wiggins.
But I mean, same thing for Houston. If Houston, the idea of Houston pick is Jalen Green and whomever, one of the young guys, whether it's Reed Shepard, Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, whatever, whoever it is they throwing in Jabari Smith. But I love the idea of Fred, Kevin, Dylan, Alvin Sagoon. Like I love the idea of both of those teams. I think they're both great spots. To me, it's more so about like, what does Kevin want to do? Does he want to be there long term? I don't think Kevin, wants to be bouncing around all over the place. I think he wants to compete for titles. So if it's coming down to those two teams, I think they're great spots. I've heard some wild card teams. I've heard Cleveland. I've heard Toronto. I've heard Miami. People still wave around the Knicks. Seems like the Knicks, you got a coach to figure out in the meantime. But I think luckily for Kevin, they're all great spots. If I had to pick, I put him on the Monstars. Put him on the Team USA for all I care. Put him on the best team. Load the deck. I'm for all that. But I think of the options we have, I'll say Minnesota for now.
How's Katie feel about Mike Brown?
I said Minnesota too. I looked at it where as much as KD is just still phenomenal at 37 years old, if I go to Houston, do I want to be the guy where like they need me to score 35 to have a chance at a playoff game? There may be some nights where I score 22, but and Edwards in Minnesota, if I'm with him, he can score 35. And I'll take my little 19, 22. McDaniels might put up 22 and I can pick and choose my spots. It feels like a little bit more in Minnesota than the other spots.
I do chuckle a little bit at the idea of Kevin playing about 20 years next to a dribble heavy shoot first guard for his entire life. Like that's just his destiny is to play with a 2-guard playing point guard, playing 2-guard, playing point guard. But look, he gets his bones. He's gonna make it happen wherever. What I like about the idea of the Minnesota team to be more serious. Some size there. He actually gets to play at his position as small forward. I like having a defender like Jaden McDaniels to help out on that end. Anthony Edwards as well. He's been a really great defender. And Gnaw off the bench. Like, give my guy some help on perimeter defense. give some big bodies that will help rebound a little bit too. Let's see what he can do if he can just focus on scoring, facilitating, and defending his man. That's what I would love to see, and I think Minnesota provides a lot of that.
I don't like Minnesota, man, but I root for my man KD. So if that's what it comes down to, I'll root for KD.
Hey man, I feel bad if you gotta live in it. Like I've never been. I had a layover there one time, and just it was. You know when you get off the plane,
that's the extent of my experience
like this
too.
Much air, but it was freezing cold. I was like, oh, I got to go. I got to get to my next plane.
I went one time in July. A very nice city. Can't even imagine being there.
It's a great airport. I say that. That's a terrific airport.
In and out. Great day.
I can't imagine being there in February.
Oh man. Apparently it's nice, but I'll take everybody's word for it.
It's a really nice city. I enjoyed it there. I saw Outkast there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Memory.
I don't know how much time we got a little bit, but I walked in the barber. I got a fresh cut, as you can tell. If you can
see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
Clean.
I had to ask my barber, like, am I coming home? I got like, what's going on? He's like, nah,
hey, Eddie,
you're good. Hey, you're good.
Hey, if all else fails, just like, hey, get the enhancements out, get the touch soft. We're gonna hold on to this line as long as possible.
I said, hey, don't play with me. I'll grow my hair out right now. I won't get a cut until that's filled up. Like, don't play with me. But yeah, long story short. So this is a tangent, my fault. But I don't know if you ever relocated, especially as drastically and as far away as I have. I didn't know anybody when I got here. I didn't even consider like one of the most toughest parts of being is I'm going to find somebody to cut my hair. At home, I get cut an upgrade. My homeboy Mark, that's the homie. We go way back. So it's like I had a barber for 20 years. And I was like, man, so I bounced around. I found this barbershop. It's cool. I like the barber. He's cool. It took about 3 cuts for somebody to figure out like who I was. And I don't say that as like I'm a famous person. I just say that as like they realized that I'm on this show and I'm doing this and blah, blah, blah. And now every time I go in there, it's first take. It's first take. Every time I walk in the barbershop, and I'm like, So I think they realized I kind of like didn't want to do that every time I got in there, so they kind of started leaving me alone. But I'm gonna tell you like this: I walked in here today at 3:00 on the dot.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, where your boy going? Where is he going? He's not gonna be a Nick. What's up? I'm like, oh. So
you know,
shout out to Jersey Cuts, man. Union City, they hooked me up. But yeah, I had to walk through all the details, and it was a long cut today. The barber taking his sweet ass time today, man.
I hate when they see my guy doesn't do this. He's a master at cutting and talking. I've had barbers in the past who they'll stop and talk to you. It's like, I love you, brother. Like I got like my man, my man Tori, I went to him for same thing, 15 years. But I'm not here to talk, man. I need you to cut my hair. Yeah. But he'll stop and he'll be like, yo, D, yo, how about that concert the other night?
Hey, mind you, like I'm cool. Like we can talk. I don't care. You know what I mean? But I don't know everybody in here. So you asking me like real detailed information, and like I know my barber. I kind of know you, but like homie over here in the corner, he got hella questions. I don't know him. Like I can't be telling him what's going on with the KD trade right now. I'm like, man, I'm just trying to get my cut. But yeah, it's following me everywhere. I tweeted earlier. I take my phone off D&D just to be safe. And I'm talking to a bunch of people I don't talk to usually because it's like just blowing up in my face. But hopefully this will be over soon, man. Hopefully we can get back to basketball.
Hopefully. I got to ask Eddie before he leaves.
No, it ain't going nowhere because I got more questions.
I'm in no rush. Y'all got to pay the bills. I'm in no rush.
So go ahead. You go first because I got a problem.
Uh-oh.
I want to hear the problem first. Go ahead. I want to hear the problem.
So
I need to hear what's going on.
I see my man Eddie. He's out here losing weight. He's trying to become a GQ model out there in New York.
Yeah, I see him.
And every few days, Eddie's opening a shoebox from somebody.
Yeah.
And he pulls out this Nike Pegasus Premium. And Eddie's like, man. He's like, hey, shout out to the folks at Nike. I'm gonna take this for a test run. Jump cut. There's Eddie out there running in Central Park or wherever he is, talking about, this is gonna be my shoe for the summer. And I'm like, okay. Eddie's a runner. He's in the game. He's looking good. I'm gonna go get me one. Open up the app. Nike Premium Pegasus, can't find it. It's all good. It's all good. Little more detailed search. Comes out June 12th. Got it. I understand.
Yeah.
Eddie's got it like that. He's got people. I mean, he probably had Jason Tatum send him some Nikes. It's no problem. I'm not at that level. I'm going to get him on the 12th.
Mhm.
I didn't know this was the Jordan 1 Union dropping. Opened up the app. It must have been 7:05. And a running shoe, not on the sneakers app, by the way, on regular ass Nike. Gone.
Great shoe. Great shoe.
Okay, you hear this? Bro got me all hyped and excited to find, because it's hard to find a good running shoe.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find a great running shoe. I was got the cosign from my man Eddie.
Yeah.
I'm all in, but I'm a norm out here, and I can't get a pair.
Well,
so now I'm running around in Air Maxes.
Yo.
You know people know it's out here.
It worked.
If you riding around, if you in town, if you in SAC, if you on the 50, if you on the 99, you on the 80, whatever you're doing right now, understand this man saying is he got a $600 t-shirt on right now. Don't let him talk crazy like he ain't doing, he ain't doing his thing. So
you see it.
I know the price.
I got it on sale for the record. I got it from Nordstrom's.
What sale on what sale on that at the rack? That's like
doesn't matter.
$125.
You see it.
That's got nothing to do with the running shoe I wanted.
You are not low.
Now I gotta get Nike Pegasus regulars now.
Well, you can just go, secondary market and get the joints. Like,
I didn't even look. I didn't even look. Oh, okay.
You can do because but I'm saying you can. They might hit.
I'm not doing that for a running shoe.
They might hit a little different for us, but you can.
I'm not. I'm just trying to rack up the miles like my man Eddie does. I've been trying to get back into running for a minute. I haven't found the perfect shoe yet. I don't even remember what I used to run in back in the day. Shoes have evolved so much in the last 10 years. So I was just looking for the perfect one.
Man, I've been on a little fitness journey and I'm enjoying it, man. I appreciate them looking. I appreciate you noticing. And I will say, yeah, that's a good shoe, man. That's a good shoe. You try to get some, but running shoes is tough. How many miles you
logging? I mean, yeah, they're real tough. How many miles are you logging?
If I go for like a good long run, I can get like 6-7 mile run in. It's really I'm doing a lot of walking, doing the incline treadmill, doing trying to be efficient. But it was your turn. It was your turn to put me on the spot. Damn.
352, 343, whether it's a 10.5 or 11.
I think they were marketed. I think they were retailed at like maybe it was either like two. It was like either 2 or 220. I can't remember.
Probably 220.
I'm not doing that for
$100. Another $100. What's it to you?
Stop.
What's it to you, bro? Me.
Look, the dog wants you to shut up.
Well, no,
how do you feel?
He's saying the same thing.
The dog's telling you.
The dog is like, roof, what's it to you? Roof. That's what he's saying.
I put it like this. I wouldn't pay. Like I was running in some just old joints. Like, so I wouldn't pay.
That's what I'm doing right now. I was trying to let me try these Air Maxes. The Air Maxes actually aren't bad, but it's not the long-term move. While I'm running, 10 miles a week, like total, like that's fine. But if I'm really trying to run, that isn't gonna do it.
I got old man feet, so I got insoles. I got I'm protecting
myself.
Nothing
wrong with that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
I got the insoles for when I hoop.
When you hoop,
and when I'm walking around.
You still an active hooper. You still an active hooper. I gotta try it again. I gotta see if the jumper's still there.
I better calm down. I need to be
Sam. Yo, Sam done trained every kid in SAC, man.
For real, man. I'm about to see Sam in a couple weeks. He got my son and like 2 or 3 kids on his baseball team that are going to see his camp, man. So
Sam is for real. I was going to Sam when he was on 24 and flooring, and it was like $10 a pop. Boy, I was like, man, I need to get my stuff.
So I need the insole. Insoles, that's where I'm at right now. I got the insoles, like I said, when I hoop and when I'm just walking around.
I'm in the gym, taking them out of one shoe, putting them in the other shoe. Like I got this.
That's mandatory.
It's every time. Now that we done with men's fitness hour,
Hey, that's what we do here, man. That's what we do.
I
I
little bit
ain't.
of gray in the beard, man. It's all right.
It's definitely happening over here.
That's the only thing that make mine look good, honestly, is the gray. Everything else about it is bad. The gray is what really works. Really works, especially when I'm in the sun. That gray really hits.
There you go.
What do you think of that Trey Young Sacramento rumor that popped up for about 36 hours and then went away?
Is it my fault that it went away?
That is maybe. Well, you were one of like 3. We told and we didn't hide this. We didn't say it was you. We got about 3 texts in a row over like a 45-minute period that were like, nah.
Exactly
nah.
And it's one of them ones which like, I'm surprised there isn't more noise for Trey. And there's just not. Like everybody's just not into it. There was a report like 2 years ago. It was like, yeah, Trey's market is not great. And I forget who they said. I think it was a Zach Lowe report. And he said this player's market is better, and it was a lesser player. But it was true. I got to asking around, and it was like maybe the Knicks and maybe this team, but for the most part, everybody's cool. It's a lot of money. It's a little guy. He doesn't play defense. I love Trey Young, so I don't get it. If I'm the Kings and I can get Trey Young for, I don't know what, DeMar and some stuff, I got to do it. I got to put him in the seats. I got to put some butts in the seats out there and watch Trey Young. I love Trey Young. I think he's an offense unto himself. But, yeah, sorry, Sacramento. The instant noise was, they don't want him. They're good. I'm like, oh, all right.
What? And it wasn't really they. It was more like he.
Yeah. Seemed like everybody else had agreed. And then what hurts him
more like he doesn't want him. All right.
Everybody else like, this works. This is great. Let's do it.
Nah.
One person was like, no. Let me ask you a question. Like I said, a hoop connoisseur like yourself. I may be one of the few. Once again, I'm on another island here. I still believe. I take a chance on Jordan Poole. What you think about Jordan Poole?
Before I answer this question, I want to. I got it, D-Love. It's your turn. Is that the Cartier love ring you have on your hand? The big one too? Like you got the.
Nah, that's an Aura ring. Nah, that's an Aura ring. That's a sleep tracker.
I know what that.
No, it is. It's an Aura ring.
No, not you. Him. Oh, his ring. I'm talking to him.
Yeah, it's my wedding
ring,
man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
nah, that ain't no regular wedding band, though. I know what that is. Nah. That's the one with the stones?
All right. No stones.
Well, he had to get the ring.
Traditional.
Yeah,
you couldn't just get the regular joint. Like, you was like, nah, we got to go to
the stones is like another, 5 bands. I said,
Eddie, he had to get the ring because he already had the bracelet. So,
what that got to do with it? What that got to do with anything?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Eddie. I was explaining to Eddie why.
I got a Cartier ring, but it's thin. It's the little one. Like you wouldn't even know it's subtle. You know, they say sheet. You were just like, wow, we putting that on the table.
Look, man, I'm only getting married one time. So we do it that way. And Eddie, once they get you in there, I'm like, I gotta get back here. Get back here. This stuff is man.
They don't let you just accept, the little $1,300 joint. Like you gotta get the. I'm not gonna say how much, but you gotta get the
another zero. Yeah,
we drew the line at the stone. No,
there's just another zero at the end of that number.
We drew the line at the stone.
Yeah, no, because it goes like this. And then it goes like this. It's like,
I said, the solid gold isn't bad at all.
They're like, oh, we got rose gold too. How much? Oh, no. Put that back.
No, this is just fine. No, this works perfect. It's good.
I prefer yellow gold. It's fine. But to answer your question, I'm a fan of Jordan Poole. I mean, I think this playoffs is a great example of shot creation is a premium in this league. And you ever have any player you can put on the floor who could dribble and create shots for himself and for other players is huge. I think he had a good season last year. He was hooping. I remember talking to Andre Iguodala about this and just kind of like, oh, you're young out there getting him. Like, man, he killing him. Obviously, when you play on a team like Washington, who is not necessarily focused on winning, everything gets dampened a little bit and people kind of forget about what you can do. But we've seen this dude play on a championship team on a championship level. I'm a fan, and apparently it's a buy low thing. It's I can say at the deadline he was available in all the Bradley Beal conversations. It was like, yo, Miami wants him, come get him. It's fine, come get him. And Miami passed, obviously, but that's a player. If I could buy low on him, I got to do it now. Even if he's somebody's going to eventually come off my bench, again, shot creation like that, shot making, three-point shooting, all of that's a premium in this league, and we watching the playoffs every year. I say go get him if you can. Just deal with the works. He's still a young dude too, man.
Yeah, I was watching. I just threw on a game because I had seen the rumors or the odds or something like that, and I just randomly threw on a Wizards game. I was like, I want to see him in a game setting, not highlights. And it was fine. He's fine. Like, he had moments where it was like he was a little loose with the ball, but then you saw it. And one of the things that I see every time I watch him is he's hella skilled. He is unbelievably skilled with the way he handles. He actually has better vision than people give him credit for as far as like passing and stuff like that. He is a super skilled basketball player wherever he's at, Kings, anywhere else. You just hope that, the mentals catch up and, and everything works out for him, because he is a really, really talented basketball player.
Yeah, like, and look, he's had one of the oddest careers, if you think about it, in some time. He was being groomed by them dudes to be the next dude. And the relationships are still great there, obviously, besides the one. So this is a guy who has a great understanding of the game, who's played at the highest level and has been mentored by the best. I think he just needs to be in a better situation. The skill is there. The game is there. And again, when you're playing for a 15-win team, you're going to be loose with the ball. You're going to be loose, period. Like, these games just come and go. But I think I really believe you put him in a better situation, you surround him with some more talent, you can see a really good player come out of him. That's a dude who can give you 20 points a game. And despite what people think and the way they're trying to minimize scoring now and the kind of conversations we had, scoring 20 points a game in the NBA is really hard to do. And so you got to be really good to pull that off. And he can do that in his sleep.
Eddie, you worked overtime today, man. We appreciate you, dog. Thank you so much for spending your Friday with us.
Hey, good chatting with y'all, man. I owed y'all for the week I missed. Good seeing y'all, brothers. And we'll talk soon for sure.
Alerts are on, man. Alerts are on. We're waiting.
We're waiting. The man said,
the first chat I'm hitting. Come on now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We appreciate you, Eddie.
My dog. Take care, bro.